This is going to be a Purple Bling Tray resin tutorial in our Stone Edge Vanity Tray mold. This is going to be a top-up pour, so let's get started. I'm using JDiction High Gloss Resin, and I mixed up 20 ounces total. I have 2 cups with 10 ounces each. I have metallic purple paste in there, along with 4 scoops each of a purple mica in each 10-ounce cup. And basically for this, you're just filling up the back because we're going to be adding something on the top and doing a top-up pour. So you're basically pouring the base first. And I got the idea for this when I did my video 164, which was the simple elegance in our colossal crystal edge mold. That one was a top-down pour, and you're never quite sure if you have everything covered. So I knew I wanted to try this in a top-up pour, and I found this gorgeous purple bridal belt, as you'll see in a little bit here. And I knew that this tray would be perfect for it because this is a big tray. I believe the belt is over 9 inches long, so I needed a big tray to hold it. And there I'm pouring in the rest. It's 20 ounces total to fill the sides and base of this. And just squeezing it into the corners there using the little stick. Tapping the edges, make sure there's no bubbles, although we never get bubbles in this mold. And using a little bit of a heat gun. And there the back is cured, so it's time to demold it. It's a pretty simple pour, just takes a while because there's a few steps. Trying to get that mold off. Have to pull from the top to get the suction off those edges. And this is a matte finish on this mold, and I knew I wanted it to be glossy. I don't have a camera out where I spray my gloss varnish, but I did do black pen in the edges and then put a couple coats of gloss varnish on it. And look how beautiful those edges look now. The next step is putting my base that's going to go behind my bridal belt. So I mixed up 6 ounces of resin, the JDiction High Gloss Resin again, and I used 2 large scoops of black mica and 1 small scoop of twinkling silver star mica from Funshine Color Shop, because I wanted to have that little bit of silver sparkle to it. The black has blackish silver in it, but once you put that twinkling silver star in there, it does give it a shimmer. And it was still cold out when I was doing this, so I did put it in my bubble remover for 7 minutes just to try and warm it up. See that shimmer? I think in hindsight, next time I do this, I'll use black paste because mica tends to congregate where you don't want it to congregate. And as you see, I'm kind of tilting it into the corners. You probably could have done 7 ounces. I just wanted a basic base for this. And I swirl it around, which does absolutely nothing because the mica and the resin do what they want to do. It'd be nice if it kept those swirls, but it didn't. See what I mean? There's a line in the center and some globbiness off there to the right, but what can you do? So that base layer has cured. Now I'm going to add my beautiful bridal belt. Look at the shimmer on those crystals. And it's just perfect. I don't think it's 9.83, it's 9 inches something. And I knew it would fit perfectly in there. And I'm just going to do a close-up here to show you guys. I have these little tiny scissors. These are called bridal belts, and they're meant to be glued onto a sash to wear on a gown of some sort. And it's attached to this material. And sometimes this material goes out beyond the crystals, and I didn't want that white fabric showing. And I don't show myself trimming here, but I did have to trim up some of the little edges. Either that or you'd have to color the fabric black so it wouldn't show. That's why in that first tray I did, the video 164, I used a whitish resin, whitish mica behind it so the little fabric wouldn't show up. So now we've got to glue that down. I've got some Liquid Fusion heavy duty performance adhesive that I'm just going to paint on the back of that belt because that is fabric. And the reason I'm using this and not super glue is super glue adheres right away. And this stuff I use when I'm putting down crystals on pieces because it gives you a chance to position things before it, sticks to it completely. So it's not like you stick it down, you're like, oh no, I'm off center. So here I'm going very fast, speed ramped up, just covering the back of it lightly. All the little crevasses. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going to place it down on the tray. Like I said, very easy pour, and you know exactly what you're going to get because you're doing it top up. That's a big piece. And I actually did use a ruler to make sure I was center. This isn't something I normally do, but yep, I wanted it to be pretty much in the center, so I do it horizontally and vertically, going off that center crystal. And this actually looked so pretty. I almost did not want to put resin on it because resin will dilute the crystals. They won't be as sparkly when they're under resin. It's just an unfortunate thing. Some sparkle through, but wait till you see it. When you see it with and without the resin on it. Here it is without it. Look at all of that sparkle. It's so gorgeous. But leaving it like that, I don't know how good or how long that liquid fusion holds. If it's in heat or humidity in someone's house or coldness, it could separate. So the best thing was to put resin around it. And I thought of just putting resin on the edges, but then again, it could be higher on one side or higher on another. So I made 10 ounces of JDiction High Gloss Resin. I could have used about 1 or 2 ounces more. Normally I do 8 ounces for a top coat for this mold, but this was just enough to cover it, and I just waited for it to dry. And there's the finished piece. I think using the gloss varnish on the edge along with the black lines and the stone really set this off and encapsulated this beautiful bridal belt. I think our stone edge vanity tray mold is perfect for this type of top-up pour.